Hey, scrappy people, it's Traci Reed here today, coming at you with my second edition of my Sketchy Sunday postings. This is a sketch that is available as a downloadable PDF on my blog, and today I'm going to be working with one of my $5 value print packs. This one is called Grace Under Fire, and I'm going to be working with that and this sketch. I release these $5 value print packs as an introductory sort of product for people who are wanting to try out hybrid printables at a low cost of entry. There is a video unboxing these value print packs that I will post in the comment section below. But I have used one of the Traveler's Notebook papers, that beautiful floral, and I'm going to be using some of the 4x6 cards I'm going to be using these 4x6 cards to make the tags in the sketch up there in the top left-hand corner. So I'm trimming off the excess wood grain here on this 4x6 card and just, hand trimming off the corners here to make a tag. It's super simple to make tag shapes. I'm using the first corner that I cut to sort of be a template for the second corner, and then voila, you have a tag shape. And I will trim down all of these tags after I've got them all cut. So now I'm going to use this tag as a template to make the other larger tag that is up at the top of the sketch on the left-hand side, the upside down tag. So I'm trying to decide which tag I want to be large and which tags I want to be small. There are like 3 smaller tags on the sketch and then 2 larger tags. So I'm over on my paper trimmer now, trimming down these tags. This one I believe I cut down to 2 inches, and the larger tags are 3 inches wide. So now I'm going to have 2 templates to make all of the rest of my tags. Voila! Big tag, small tag. So I have to make 3 more tags, so I'm trying to decide which papers I want to use. I want to keep the tags on the left-hand side a little bit lighter than the right-hand side, because you can see that wood grain is very deep and rich toned, so I want to keep the other side a little bit lighter and brighter. I'm actually going to be using just the embellishments from the value print pack for this collection. So you can see over on the left hand side there I have some pulled out already. There are more in the collection, but I've pulled out the ones that I think I'm going to use. And then once I get these tags all situated, I'm going to start embellishing. So this whole thing took me about 17 minutes. Following a sketch is always super fast and easy for me. It always creates beautiful work in a very limited amount of time. So I'm only moving at about 1.5 speed here. So this is almost real time. So I've got all my tags laid out and decided on which ones I'm going to be using. So now I can start adhering everything together. Got to add all of my little holes first, though. That one was the easiest one to add a hole to in the center because the pattern changes in the center. So I'm going to use that one now as a template for the other ones, just so that I always have a hard time centering my holes in my tags, like always. I just have a hard time with it. So I'm using the original tag as a template for the rest of them, so that maybe, just maybe, for once I can have centered holes instead of off-centered holes in my tags. There we go. Okay, so now I'm going to start sticking these together according to how they look on the sketch, and then I will trim down the excess pieces of the tag. I'm going to mat this photo on this damask that I have left over from cutting down that tag. There is a photo mat on the sketch, and I always like to mat my photos. I like the way that it separates the photos from the background and just gives it a little bit more pop. I spread my tags out a little farther in real life than they are on the sketch, so it looks just slightly different, a little less overlappy, but that's okay. You know, sketches are just guidelines. They are not meant to be followed completely, exactly, perfectly, so no big deal. Now I'm going to stick this down and then work on the other side. putting those tags down, and then I will add in my embellishments. This is a really easy sketch to follow. You don't have to have tags per se, just like I didn't have tags. I made my own tags. Tags are such an easy shape to make that it's not hard to take these 4x6 papers or even 3x4 cards and make your own, especially since they're already trimmed down for you at that size. You know, you don't have to cut down full 12x12 papers for it. Voila! So all of my tags are ready. Now I can add my title, and instead of writing any journaling, I'm actually going to be using some word bits from the collection. So this whole value print pack is kind of about strength and rising above your circumstances and things like that. So I thought it was a good sentiment for this photo of me walking the dogs in quarantine. I know that we're all struggling a bit right now and worried and maybe scared, so I thought that this would be a good print pack to release right now, and maybe it will strike a chord with you as well. So you can see on the sketch that there are star clusters. The stars are just meant to be embellishment placeholders. You can put whatever embellishments you want there, and in my case I'm going to be using these floral clusters. They are already ready and they are beautiful, and they match this this page perfectly, of course, because they are part of the collection, so why not go with what's easy? So I'm just kind of making sure that it sort of fits, you know, like collages with the title and the tags well. I don't want it to look like it's just standing alone out there. That's one of my tips for embellishment clusters, is to sort of work in your embellishment clusters with other elements on the page so that they don't look like they're just standing out and hanging out alone, but rather incorporated into the page. It's always a good way to make sure that your page looks cohesive and not like a bunch of separate pieces all put down on one canvas. So I've got my word strips put in, and I've got my florals down, so I'm going to trim off the excess off of the edges of this page, and that side is done. So now we need to finish this side. I'm going to put down this floral and incorporate that word bit as well that says "you've got this," because you know I love words, and so you can never have too many on a page. Well, you can, but 3 isn't too many. There we go. So the last thing I'm going to do with this page is add in some string into the large tags, because I thought that they could use it. I don't necessarily always put string through my tags. I'm not going to put string through the tags on the left-hand side. So, but I did have some extra baker's twine from the Cocoa Daisy Up and Away collection, so I decided that I would use them. I thought about adding in these chevrons, but I thought it was too much, so I take them off. And I'm just going to add some string to the tags instead. So I'm going to pull out some yellow string and some pink string. They're both baker's twine. You can see it's from the Cocoa Daisy Up and Away collection because they had some fun baker's twine in their collections this last month. So I'm just going to add the pink one to the yellow tag and the yellow one to the wood grain tag, and I'm going to call it good. There we go. So if you enjoyed this video, I'd love it if you give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, go ahead and subscribe. I would love to have you. And if you don't already, you can follow me over on Instagram. I'm at Traci M. Reed. Also, if you're interested in downloading this sketch and playing along, you can pick it up at my website, and I will put a direct link to the blog post in the comments section below, so you can download the printable PDF. And the Grace Under Fire collection is $5 and available there as well. All right, thank you.